you doing?
Yeah! Yeah! You about to get plugged.
Okay, so you guys may not notice, but I have a very young, very nubile, brand new guest host. Ignacio, aka.
What's up?
So what spurred? Well, is it an homage?
It's an homage beard trim. Louis.
Hi, Louis. Hey, Marcus.
Marcus.
It's an homage. All right, so I guess we'll get to
It's an homage.
Look, Iggy looking clean.
Thank you, Marcus.
Brand new Iggy. I like that one. Let's get to the origin of the homage, I guess, and we'll bring out our very esteemed guests, aka my least favorite third of the Whack Comics, because I guess Little Miss Tootsie's is part of Whack Comics now too, right?
I guess so. Yeah, the best part of what comics.
Lee is always. Yeah, Lee's always great. Little Miss Tootsie's has been fantastic. I look forward to, since we're at the start of her comic journey, I look forward to seeing the steps along the way. She's pretty awesome. And I guess we'll bring this guy out. I mean.
Woo! 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 I want her to do the win thing like you guys.
That was excellent.
Yes. Ignacio, you've never looked better.
I know. That's why I did it. I knew it would look better because, I miss having a pussy in my face. So I did it.
Well, there's no better way to do it.
So why not imitate the biggest one of them all? What's up, Dave? How's it going? Yeah, I'm scared if I did it that nobody would see it because mine's all gray.
You won't know until you try.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I will. I don't know if I've ever done that.
I have never done it. Never done it like this. I have done it, but with this part, but I had to shape this part to make it look appropriate.
Yeah, mine grows there a little bit.
Homage.
This just grows so fast. I can't even not have it.
I would actually like to see Tyler with a full beard.
Full beard? I don't think I've ever done full beard.
Yeah, that'd be maybe you'll grow it for C3 instead of shaving it. Or
That
grow
doesn't
it
make
and
sense.
shave it.
Sure.
That is
Let's just
dream.
see what Lisa says because she's the one that
She
has
doesn't
to make
care.
that. Oh, okay. Awesome.
Lee and Lisa. See, so
Yeah.
he's the odd man out.
The two Lees.
Austin.
Shout out to Mr. LeMay. All right, so we got some cool people in the chat. Mr. Jason.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess maybe Tyler shaving his face for C3 would be one of my dreams.
Shaving
It's a weird dream.
or leaving it grow. Letting it grow.
Letting it grow.
Let it grow.
and then shaving it.
Let it grow.
You're watching too much Frozen, bro.
I haven't seen Frozen ever.
We have the outro, and then we have this now.
You said you've never seen Frozen?
I've never seen Frozen, but those songs are so ubiquitous. Well, did I use that word right? Of course I did.
Yeah, so Iggy's never seen Frozen. I've never seen Titanic.
Oh my god.
Oh, Titanic! I saw once recently because my wife couldn't believe I haven't seen it ever,
Mm-hmm.
so she made me watch. And yeah, you cannot. I have not seen this movie. Let's see Titanic. Okay.
You loved it, right?
I wasted a lot of time,
Oh my god, I love
But-
Titanic.
but I've lost a lot of time watching a lot of other movies, like the Twilight Saga, for example.
Yeah, that feels like a bigger waste than Titanic.
Yeah, but that would give you just a taste of what the Batman was going to be like, because that's the same exact thing.
Oh, of course.
Twilight.
Yeah. It's pretty much.
I mean, it's a direct reference to
Batman.
Twilight.
I guess.
So, Frozen or Frozen 2?
No,
Frozen's way better than Frozen 2.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a 2.
Hey, believe me, when there's $1 billion, there's going to be a 2.
Yeah, of course. Of course. We have
All right.
a whole set of Marvel movies to prove it.
Yeah, look at Black Widow.
They brought her back to life to make
Just to introduce her sister.
Oh, excellent.
That's what it was. A vehicle to introduce her sister. But let me ask you a question, because this was a hot button topic on one of the Instagram posts from Mr. Mark, Legion of Comics. Does the box office influence you on whether or not you'll see a movie?
No.
Like how much it makes?
Mm-hmm. So say you don't go see a movie the first night it's out. Would the fact that it made 20 million, which is crap during the weekend, would that deter you from going to see a movie?
Oh, no, not at all. Because like let's see, Fast and Furious movies make a lot of money, and I can't watch those. I can't. I know people enjoy them for the funness, but I don't have fun watching garbage.
Me neither.
How do you not like Cars and Magnets? I mean, what's not to like?
I don't know.
Family.
Oh god.
But no, not at all. Honestly, it makes no. I think trusted people online of what they say, just little things, not necessarily if they like it, but just certain things about the movie is what makes me want to go to a movie more or less.
Mm.
But I usually have my mind decided already if I want to see something.
Yeah, I had wanted to see this Morbius movie, but I guess the reviews and what had happened prior made me not want to see it. So I'll just wait for it to stream and then see it then. So
that's what I do.
I mean, I just
also Lisa wanting to see it makes a difference too. Like if she's down to see it, usually I'll just go. But if she doesn't want to see it at all, then I'll only go by myself if I'm like die hard wanting to see it.
Yeah, like I already bought my tickets to go see Doctor Strange in a month. I know I'm going to see Sonic this weekend with my son because he's a big Sonic fan.
Apparently, it's a good movie.
Maybe Jim Carrey's last.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
but
I think he's retired before, but
yeah, he has.
I think he retired twice because he retired after what's that one? Kick-Ass 2.
What?
Because Kick-Ass 2 had all this violence and he was not with it, and he retired after that. So I think this is his third time.
He retired after or before that Penguin movie he did that was
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was it like Mr. Hoppers or something?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I forget. Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Yeah, that movie looked dumb.
All right. So I guess the topic for today, Iggy, you want to talk about dreams and nightmares. You've been having a recurring one lately that's been bothering you.
Not exactly, and luckily, but yeah.
Yeah. I, on the opposite hand, do not remember my dreams whatsoever. Well, lately, I do remember a few when I've had from a kid, but what about you, Tyler? Do you remember your dreams? I know you had some before you were married. This is what you mentioned to me.
Yeah, I used to have dreams and then I got married. But when it comes to like sleeping dreams, I don't remember them for the most part, but the ones I do remember are very vivid. It's like there's no in between. Maybe I'll only remember one dream a year, but that one I can't get out of my head. But I've got a lot to add about dreams later, and my wife has a lot of dreams, so I get to hear about her stupid dreams all the time.
Miss Lisa doesn't look like pressure.
she had more dreams before she was married to you.
I mean,
Maybe, I don't know.
that's got to be the ultimate dream. She married her ultimate dream, I would guess. So
Yeah. You're welcome, Lisa.
Well, let's not forget that nightmares are dreams too.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, let's make that clear.
True. All right, Iggy, do you want to start it off? I mean, do you want to talk about what's been plaguing you?
I'm gonna start with the dream that I had my first sleep paralysis dream last week, and that's what triggered this week's topic. And it was one of the most disturbing things I have experienced because it's a dream, but you suddenly think you're about to die in your dream, and you cannot move, you cannot speak, you can't do anything. And apparently I woke up screaming, like howling. It was like, and I was sleeping here, basically, where I work. And I thought, oh shit, I woke up everyone. So I stood still after screaming. It was a big scream, like a horror scream. And then I stood still. I listened to the house, and no one was making any sound. So I stood up. I went outside here, and no one was up. So I asked them the next day, "Did you hear me last night screaming?" No. Not my stepson, not my wife. Well, the baby. Well, he wasn't cooperative, so I'm guessing either he heard me or he didn't hear me and he wasn't going to say. But it was a fucking loud scream. But apparently I dreamed that too, But it felt so visceral, so real. I mean, I remember waking up screaming at the top of my lungs and no one heard it. It was one of the most crazy situations because I was conscious. I knew I was in a dream. And the dream was, yeah, baby's own age. That's right. That's one thing you learn with time. And the dream was just a stupid dream in which I was younger. That's why I shaved also.
Yeah.
I was a kid in the dream. And I was going to sleep on a strange structure with other people sleeping on like bunks. And the moment I knew that in the moment I went to sleep, something bad would happen. But I had to go to sleep because the adults were telling me I need to go to sleep. And then I went to bed and I didn't see anything. It was a feeling. There was no shadow, no white shadow, no. There was nothing in the dream. I was just there in a bed, looking at a room, an empty room. I didn't even see the other people sleeping in the other bunks. So it was really strange, and I don't really know what the fuck that means, but it was terrifying. I don't wish it to anyone.
Do you think that the scream was your body's way of letting you escape that duress or, rescuing you, so to speak?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And when I told my wife, well, she from 14 to 24, she used to have sleep paralysis every night. So she knows how that shit goes, sadly.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's my most recent dream. And last night, hey, Mark, Manimal. Oh, God.
Greatest TV show ever.
Dude, I used to that was my jam when I was a kid. Dude, so dude with a bubbling hand turning into an animal. Wow. And last time my wife told me, because I'm a talker, I talk in my sleep. And according to my wife, I speak in English when I sleep, which is quite fitting because I usually live in English most of my days.
Do you go like it? Tyler sucks.
Does she speak English?
No, she doesn't.
So she has no idea what you're saying.
No, she has no idea. But she has recorded me sometimes because I have conversations with myself, awake and asleep. So this poor woman listens to me snore, talk, and she told me last night, dude, you were moving so much, you almost fell off the bed. I had to grab you for you not to fall off the bed. I don't remember. Fuck. But
I'm going to be DMing Mrs. Ignacio to find out if I can get some of those tapes. You talk about an intro. Those will be on the intro, brother. How about you, Tyler? You what kind of dreams do you have? Do you have any you remember, or is it nightmares? Like one that's plagued you your entire life?
I definitely don't remember most of my dreams, but one thing I live out is the American dream. And just living in Indiana and being near corn, I've got a picket fence, a wife, a very large dog to protect me. It's really all about the American dream for me.
Your first wife?
Yeah, my first wife, Lisa.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but I think one thing that I'm gonna turn it. What is your thought, or what would be your vision of the American dream? And I think Ignacio would probably be better to go first, but let's go with Nick anyway, because Nick hasn't gone yet.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, your future full host of Two Nerd Dads, Tyler. Thank you. I don't know. I guess when you say American dream, it's always been like 2 kids, white picket fence. No. I guess for me, it's being debt free. Hold on. This guy's showing up. And he deserves a. Hanging out with that guy has been a dream. Yeah, I guess being healthy, debt free, amongst friends, that's the dream for me.
I think most people think of like the 50s when you think of the American dream. I don't know why that is.
2.5
because they don't like women that talk back. That's pretty much it.
You know what's funny? I tell my wife sometimes I wish it was the 50s.
No.
Because dinner would be on the table.
Hashtag cancel Nick in the chat.
I could give her a fresh one.
Jesus.
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe.
What's up, Joe? What about you, Ignacio? What do you think of when you think of that? Or does it just mean nothing to you, like Superman's old slogan?
And pretty much. I mean, the American dream is like one of your myths, you know? It's part of your mythology. The happiness, the pursuit of happiness is it's in the preamble, it's in the Constitution, in the Declaration of Independence. What is it?
I don't know. We're Americans. We don't know that stuff.
We're not even really taught it. We're just taught what the words are, and we don't know what it means. That's when shit started. Was Joe alive then? Is that
apparently?
That's when you can behead your wife and get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, you need to be a king to do that, but of course, we would all be kings in a previous life. Of course.
I kind of think of myself as one still, but
no, and I think Tyler, because he's a full white, I think he'd have more access to that probably. but the fact that you and I are of Latin descent, I don't know where we would be in that hierarchy.
We wouldn't exist,
We
probably.
we probably would be cleaning his toes, I think, back then.
Ooh.
That's a win-win, really.
Yeah.
It'd be mandatory, not voluntary.
But back
Stootsies
circling
are
back to
clean.
what Nick asked me before, because this is the best way to do it is to have like an interim break. When I was a kid, I used to always have this dream where there was someone like outside of my window and I was on the second floor and they would look up at me from the road and then run into the house and I had to jump out of the window to escape them. I used to always have that dream and I could never see their face. So I don't know what that means. But I actually
you would see them.
What?
You would see them from the second floor.
Yeah, I would see them. So like they were in the street, like just past my front yard, but I couldn't tell what they looked like. But I brought this encyclopedia for 20,000 Dreams. This is Lisa's book. So I can look things up. If you have any recurring dreams or nightmares of like involving a snake or something specific, I can look that up.
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure hosting this show for you in the 9 weeks. I have not been so prepared, so thank you very much.
Neither have I.
See you, Nick. All right. Thank God. Now we can start the show. Thank you, everyone, for joining Filling Holes with Daddy and Daddy.
But let's hear about which dream do you remember from being a kid, Nick? So maybe Dr. Tyler here can interpret it for us.
I had two that I remember. I think it would probably be nightmares, but I've never really woken up scared from them. There was two. The first one was I would be in an aquarium in a mall by my house. I don't know if you know about malls, Tyler, but there were these things in the 80s and 90s that had a whole bunch of shops. They're not really around anymore, but
yeah, I've seen Stranger Things.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go.
So in one of these malls, there was an aquarium, and I'd be in this room, and all of a sudden, for no reason, the aquariums would break, all right, and fill up this room with water. And what were once goldfish would turn into sharks. And then usually at that point, I'd wake up.
Do you know how to swim?
I do, but I'm only comfortable in pools. Like whenever we're at
without sharks.
But even in pools, like sometimes if I'm by myself, like in the back of my head, I'll hear like the Jaws theme. That's what I'll always hear.
You only need those two chords.
I'm in a pool by myself in the middle of Texas where there's no ocean to be found for hundreds and hundreds of miles. So that was one. The other one was vampires would be chasing me. And where I originally had the power to fly, when the vampires would chase me, I'd only be able to fly for a little bit and I'd come back down to the ground. Just enough to avoid them, then I'd be able to go airborne a little bit again. But it would constantly go like that. And I guess when they would just catch up, they would that's when I would wake up.
So you don't want to be a vampire. That's pretty clear. Dude, isn't that the sensation of flying in a dream? It's one of the coolest things. I have only experienced it once.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, that was epic.
Yeah, and the funny thing is I don't like to fly. Like anytime I have to take a trip, I hate it. Yeah.
I am Ignacio Jr. It's a me. Gigi.
Okay, so I've got some water stuff for you.
Okay.
We'll see which one applies to you because it kind of gives you a broad definition for each thing. So one of them will. But dreams of entering water suggest refreshment, healing, and beginning something new. Deep water, pools, and lakes are symbols of unconscious or of being out of your depth, while shallow water represents a lack of energy. To dream of drawing water from a tap or well, or to be drinking it, is in general a positive and creative sign. However, to spill water suggests setbacks.
Aren't you amazed, Nick, that Tyler knows how to read?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, but he does comic book reviews on.
Oh, that's right.
I just look at the pictures though for those.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little hesitant. Yeah, I don't know if any of those apply. Well, I guess I was young at the time. Like I haven't had that dream in a long time.
Were you a bedwetter?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean were?
Oh, there you go.
No, I wasn't.
And besides that vampire dream, have you ever dreamed that you can fly?
No, aside from the one I mentioned, never, not really.
So it was a fight or flight, literally, in the dream.
Could be. Okay. And then every now and again too, and I guess these were the only types of dreams I remember, were no specific situation, but like an ex-girlfriend would always be in it.
Oh,
and it wasn't
dry wet dreams.
Oh, I need to find X.
It wasn't a filling holes kind of dream.
No.
But I don't know.
Make her in.
Yes, this does. But the problem is once you get that mental health tag, it will follow you around, Austin. So this will come out of your deductible. You won't feel a thing, and you don't have to worry about it. You can just thank us at the end
for filling your holes.
Okay, so, if you dream of an ex-lover, this does not mean that you are still in love with them. Your dream is simply revisiting feelings or hopes connected with them.
Yeah, could be.
That's pretty succinct.
Weirdly, that page is bookmarked by Lisa. I'm not even kidding. I don't know why. But I also have like a monster one. Yeah, here comes Lisa around the corner after I said that.
You may need to start looking for that second wife.
I am on my first wife still, so we'll see.
Maybe she found the man of her dreams, and you're not it.
Ignacio said maybe you found the man of your dreams and I'm not it. Okay, if your dream of being hunted by a savage and terrible monster of any kind, you might want to try to face it if the dream recurs. So maybe that vampire is something that you needed to face.
You needed to face
You needed to suck it.
Suck it is the past tense of stake it?
Yeah.
Or avoid being sucked.
I don't think that one.
Maybe you needed to suck the vampire. Vampires need sucking too.
This is exactly how you envisioned this going today, isn't it, Nick?
Well, so far, at least he's going to be able to eat after the show, because some shows have been pretty harsh on his appetite.
Vampires need sucking too.
So speaking of facing monsters, that's a perfect segue into my oldest recurring nightmare. I've been having this nightmare since I was a kid. I don't remember how old, but really, really young. And I'm in an empty colonial room. Who said what?
Tate.
Why are you laughing?
You have to do that with an accent, maybe?
How do you suck with an accent?
Put an accent on sucking.
I like that.
That's the Italian accent.
So I'm in a colonial empty room with only no windows, the tall ceilings, perfectly wide, brand new, and there's only one big door to 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 that door that opens with two panels. And I'm there, and all of a sudden the doors open, and a mass made of maybe flesh, like with skin, not raw meat. It's like flesh and pointy things and eyes starts to enter the room and filling it. Starts to fill the room. There's
Like
a
that.
Wookiee. There's a little Wookiee. So the room starts to fill up with this flesh, with this substance that apparently is alive, but it has no face, no limbs. It's just, well, and it fills the room until I wake up. So basically, and then when I was 12, I saw Akira.
Hmm.
And it's basically how Tetsuo burst out. And when I saw that part of the movie, I said, I saw my nightmare. And when he grabs Canada and basically consumes him with his body, dude, that was my nightmare. I couldn't believe someone had took my nightmare out of my head and bring it into an animated movie. So that made the nightmare come stronger from that moment on. So every now and again, I have that nightmare.
So you mentioned "Come Stronger," and this liquid that filled up the room, it wasn't sticky.
It's not a liquid. It's not a liquid. It's not sticky white.
Listen, I'm just trying to clarify. It could be a whole other kind of dream that we're having. I just want to make sure.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'll be hosting next week. Don't worry.
No, I have some memories of wet dreams. But I don't know if we can talk about wet dreams. I mean, it's 1 p.m. here, so probably.
Doesn't matter what time it is.
I mean, there might be kids watching.
Click away.
And if we're being perfectly honest, I don't think I've ever had one.
What?
A nocturnal emission, they call them.
You never had a nocturnal emission? Nocturnal, maybe.
I don't think I've ever had a nocturnal emission. I'll have to ask Lisa.
No, I mean, you probably had it when you were younger. No,
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe I have. I'm a hormone monster.
I've been feeling holes since I was pretty young, though. So.
But I have also, but I'm still having nowadays. Not recently, but a couple of years ago, I had one. Sticky nightmare situation.
That guy is the king. He is the king of sticky situations. That guy.
I'm sorry.
No. King Tyler is the king of sticky. The king of sucking, the king of sticky.
Sucking.
That's a really cool sticker. Yeah, so that was my recurring nightmare. What can you tell me about my recurring nightmare?
Can you look
Have
up?
you seen Akira, Tyler?
Can you look up
Finally?
sticky substance in your book, Tyler?
Sticky substance?
Yeah. Do not.
No, it's not sticky. No.
Don't Bing it. Don't Bing sticky substance.
I don't know what I would look for because like a monster.
Well, it could be like a monster. I don't know. It's pretty abstract because it hasn't had a shape. If you have seen Akira, Tyler, you would know what I'm talking about. But I'm gathering you haven't seen it yet.
I've seen the first half, roughly.
Oh, it's in the second half. This happens.
Yeah, it's in the second half, in the back of the second half. So in the third act, basically.
As usual, he falls short.
I don't think Akira's monster is in this book.
So I'm talking with two people that don't remember having nocturnal emissions. That's crazy. I mean, you would remember it because you wake up and everything is a mess.
No, I definitely don't think so.
Okay.
I'm kind of a daytime emission guy kind of guy.
Well, it's crazy because the feeling is pretty much the feeling of having sex. But
Can you describe that feeling, please?
I couldn't remember it right at this moment. I kind of forgot at this point.
At this stage of the game, we all cannot remember that feeling. I don't know. And you supposedly dream every day. It's just the fact if you don't remember it.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that apparently the science community hasn't still found out why do we dream, which is crazy. I think it's like a defrag of the hard drive, you know? It's you put all things in order and discard useless information, and that's how it all manifests in your head as a dream.
But then why would you have recurring dreams?
Maybe because we haven't solved some kind of trauma in our lives. Maybe.
Like a ghost?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Why do we
within
have ghosts?
yourself?
Yeah, the ghost in the shell. Because we are a shell of what we used to be.
Not me.
I've had dreams of Scarlett Johansson before. Does that count?
No.
Yeah, I think a little bit. There's a certain degrees of separation between Ghost in the Shell, Scarlett Johansson, and ghosts inside our brains. But there are other kinds of dreams.
Better versions of our reality. Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. When you're getting chased by vampires, though.
No, I mean, maybe. I don't know. What's your life like sometimes? Who knows?
Being chased by werewolves and you rather get chased by vampires.
So one thing I kind of wanted to bring up, I don't know if you'd really count it as dreaming. It's almost like daydreaming. But I was just reading this book called Middle West, and the first issue, after I read the first issue, I literally had to stop because I had so many memories like come back to my head, and it was almost like I wasn't even existing anymore. It's like all I could think about was those memories. I wasn't thinking about what I was doing or where I was going. I was like walking around my house, just talking to myself, thinking about these things, and it felt so vivid, like I was reliving moments of my life. Have you ever had anything happen like that, whether it's from something that happened in a book or movie or something that you just had in your head and like everything around you isn't happening?
Yeah. It usually happens when I draw.
Yeah.
I'm 100% there. I'm nowhere. It's like a zone in which you exist. But you only exist to do what you're doing, that is drawing. It's kind of cool, but not at the level you just described because Middle West practically fucked you up.
Yeah, it really did. It was some intense shit. I've only had that happen a couple times ever, but that shit was like next level.
No, so you read this and it just evoked memories of whatever point in your life?
Yeah. So it evoked like childhood memories. It's about a kid and his dad, and his dad is angry.
I wanted to read it.
Well, I won't say anything else then. That's I didn't give anything away, but it was, I don't know. It brought me back to things that I didn't even know I remembered.
Yeah, I think if you want to track it, it's the first book Scotty Young and Jorge Corona did together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's been it's been in my list because I saw a cover that really did it for me. That made me want to wonder. I think it was like the first or second print of #1, and they have the entire series in a book on Scotty's page, and I've just been wanting to order it, and I haven't yet. And I think Tyler might have just sealed the deal for me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna finish it in the next couple of days because it's not that many issues either. I think it's like 16 issues, but
20 issues, right?
18, I think.
But it also might hit me different than anyone else. Now, I will say I think it's amazing, but that doesn't mean it didn't hit me differently too, because it just brought back so many memories, and I couldn't believe it. What's the last thing that made me think like that? Like, I have no clue. Maybe Prisoners, the movie Prisoners, that I always talk about.
Yeah, you always talk about that movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was Berserker that did it for you.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even count that one because I read that every day.
It's like living your own life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess reading, what the hell was that book? Donny Cates.
Venom?
God's Country?
Oh, God Country. Yeah. That one was up there.
That one, especially towards the middle of the end, and I really made me think about my grandfather for a bit. And he died when I was like 10 or 11. But yeah, I guess
that's really cool, because something that you probably maybe wouldn't have come up naturally came up, and like you get to relive that, you know.
You know what does that to me? Smells. My olfactory memory, it's apparently really strong, and I have what?
No, I was going to say, does it work like if you smell something, you remember something, or you remember something and then smell it?
No, you smell something, and then suddenly you're somewhere else in your mind. You're in some other situation, in some other place, and it's whoa! I didn't even remember this until this point.
Yeah, for me, it's the opposite.
You remember something, and then you smell,
and then
you might want to go to the doctor, man. You might have an aneurysm.
I know a lot of people have that with a song too. Like you hear a song and you're instantly transported back to like middle school at this one party or just something like that. I have that all the time.
So does it happen with toast, Nick?
No.
Oh, okay. Because apparently toast is a big no-no.
They're both teaming up on me.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to find. They're pushing me out. I'm gonna have to find new hosts.
Zartan is really having some crazy shit happen. Good for you, man.
Maybe Cole is available. I don't
know. Send him the link.
Maybe Travis. Travis.
I've had astral projections of myself watching myself having nocturnal emissions.
I would have fucked myself.
Okay, so we've had a pretty good discussion up until now. Let's take a little break and our friend TM Nerdy with our question of the day.
Yay.
Hey everyone, TM here. You're watching Two Nerd Dads with Nick and Nacho. But I want to hold up for just 1 second because I have a question I'd like to ask you fine folks out there. What characteristics would your nemesis have if you had a nemesis? Fill your holes with that question. Back to you, Nick and Nacho.
I'm starting to think that I have two nemesi. Is that a word?
No, definitely not.
Nemesis.
I think it's just
nemesis.
Nemesis.
Okay. Well, if I can point, there you go, folks. There's your answer, TM.
Go ahead, Nick. You can start it.
Like I said, right here. I never thought I would have a nemesis.
Oh, and I'm your nemesis? Oh, that's so sweet.
My nemesis would be...
You're going down, bitch. You're about to get blood.
You're about to get blood. He'd be tall, handsome, good-looking, strong, with a French accent. That's what my nemesis would be like.
Have you thought about that before? Oh, you saw the clip before with it.
No, I had
I've been thinking about your nemesis.
I had a little time to think about it. Yeah, we had a little time to think about it.
So it would be French. And
yeah, just because of the accent. What about you?
And
What would your,
he's going to get you, Nick.
no, I'm not really worried about that.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Tyler? What would your nemesis look like?
So when I think of like something that bothers me, it's nothing. Nothing really bothers me. But back when I used to play baseball, I would, if you didn't know, it's probably shocking to people, but I would be a big time shit talker. I'd try to get under people's skin in any way possible, because if I can get the edge at all and get people thinking about me, then the rest of my team can succeed, and so can I. So my nemesis would probably be very level-headed and quiet. So anything I did or said, just they would completely ignore me, because that would kind of eliminate something that I've always been good at. So that's what I think of like as a nemesis, somebody that just ignored me completely, didn't care about what I had to say, and did what they had to do.
Yeah, I kind of picture that guy having cowboy hat, glasses, and chains on.
No, that's not it.
What about you, Iggy?
Well, I'm going to go with a trope that I really like, and that's because I'm my own worst enemy, the shadow self, the nega natural, basically.
The
I think
Mega.
the nega,
Oh, the
with
Mega.
NN, like nega.
What'd you think he
Scott.
said?
I thought he said the
Mega.
Mega. The
Oh,
Mega.
mega.
Yeah, and
I
of
guess
course
that's better
it's-
than anything else.
Yeah, this magma. The
Nash,
my
the
sh-
question was, what would your nemesis be like? What attributes would they have?
If you don't already have a nemesis.
Yeah, and I don't.
No, neither do I. I'm not important at all. So why would I have a nemesis? And it would probably be either myself in my shadow version, and of course he would be better than me in every way, and I would have to overcome myself, or he would be exactly like me, but the dark side would be stronger. It would be, the monster part of yourself that you constantly keep in check just to not become the black person, basically.
Mm.
Well, he wouldn't repress that. So if he wants to, I don't know, kill someone with his bare hands, he would do it where I wouldn't. And
All right.
that would be my nemesis.
So
Because I'm an egomaniac, and I can only see a nemesis being just as myself.
all right. So just to recap, Iggy would be Iggy. Me would be tall, French, strong, and Tyler's would be Biggie Shack. So that was it.
Biggie is not like who I described.
Exactly who you described.
No.
All right. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about dreams that you I wouldn't say force yourself to have, but you kind of sit there and you're just hanging out during the day. What would you dream yourself? What's your ideal dream? The one that you like to fantasize for yourself.
Okay. Daddy, can you go first?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, Daddy.
I could look at this a lot of different ways. Like my dream job. I've had the same dream job since I was probably 14, but back in the day, my dream job would have been being a manager for a baseball team. At the age of 14, I was pretty good at baseball, but I realized that I thought I had a lot more knowledge about the game than I did skill. So I would love to manage a baseball team, like dream job. So if anything, I'd be living in a big city, going to the baseball diamond every day, thinking about the other team, what we can do to get the upper hand, and just talking shit to the other team every single day. That would be my dream, like 100%.
Now, it's never been any specific team. You just said like a city.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't really matter, because if I was a big league manager, I would be living the life. I would love to manage the Cubs because that's my team, but wouldn't really matter. I think managing a bad lower level team that doesn't have a lot of money would almost be more fun to start, to try to raise them up
And what do you
rather
have to
than
do?
manage like the Yankees and just have a bunch of money and all the players like
Like a league of
egos.
their own, but with you.
Yeah, but I'm not like 13.
But in real life, he really is 13. I mean, 2009 he was born, and he literally
Yeah, it
is
wasn't long ago. Feels weird to say that out loud.
not long ago.
What would you have to do to become a team manager for a baseball team?
You have to throw at least 80. And Tyler said he's never thrown 80 before. So
A team manager? No, you wouldn't have to throw 80 to be a manager.
at least 80.
No. You seen Joe Madden? I don't think he throws 80.
He did.
No.
He did back in Tampa. I saw it.
I would like to go back to a comment in our chat from our esteemed evil resident, Poke and Joe. The idea of a nemesis doesn't mean you're the good guy.
Right.
That's true.
You're the bad guy in somebody's story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
of course. You can ask my wife.
And Monster side.
That's our shadow, would say Mr. Charles Young.
Yeah.
So what about you, Nick?
Yeah.
Because
What about
I don't know shit about baseball, so whatever Tyler says right now, I don't understand. It's like you with the metric system.
Baseball starts today. Cubs play an hour and a half.
What?
There it is.
You want me to sing it like I did? The song you taught me? Shattered.
What did I do?
What did I do?
For me, it's like every now and again when like the lottery is like really, really high, I'll fantasize what it's like to win. And I'll take it even as far as like I'll go on Zillow and look at places that I would buy or cars that I would buy with the money that I win.
My
So
first question is, would you go back to New York?
Oh, that's a good one.
I would definitely buy an apartment there. I don't know if I would live there again.
But you would have a bachelor pad in New York and pay all those taxes.
Bachelor pad.
Like Snoop Dogg said, faux show.
Oh, sure.
Couple of different houses. I mean, they'd be all over the world. It would just depend on the kind of mood I'm in. So
Suddenly, you're Johnny Depp spending like thousands of dollars in wine and 14 houses. Well,
and then that dream extends to creating software to find out what Tyler is bidding on eBay and then just outbid him by $1.
make an algorithm to snipe him.
He's never able to buy another comic book again.
Why me? What did I do?
What did I do?
I think Nick made that more famous than I did. I said it like a couple times, then Nick just like perpetuated it to be
It's
a thing.
literally in the Whack Comics intro, isn't it?
I don't know.
No, it's not.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Is.
Yeah, that's it. You know, Nick it's always giving away content. He's making unboxings on other people's channels. Well, no, he learned that one.
It's about. I'm always about community, Iggy. That's what I'm always.
Yeah, I know. You're a giving man.
Yes, yes, I would do that,
White House baseball
and
team.
then fire him into one pitch in inning one, batter one. I would immediately fire him.
You would hire.
And then hire him for the next game and do the same thing, 160.
I'd never get credit for a win.
Never. So what about
you?
you?
Don't have to take credit for the losers either.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they would automatically win.
Right.
If he's not coaching, they win.
But Oh, that's right, because he sucks.
All the coaches can throw 80. He can't throw 80.
How do you remember that? I had to say that one time.
That's all it takes. So.
What did I do? It's basically it. You said it one time.
One time.
He's the master of catchphrases, like mod spider.
Yeah.
Now other people is doing the mod spider.
No one else can do it. They need to stop.
Cease and desist.
Yeah.
For everyone. My dream, I don't know, man. I'm gonna sound corny, but I try to keep my dreams kind of grounded. And I'm basically leaving my dream because since I was a kid, I wanted to be an animator, you know, for Disney. But fuck Disney.
I was gonna ask you if your dream was to draw for a living. Like, even though you're not animating for Disney, you're still
it was.
doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm going to go cheese corny, basically, because I'm living my dream in a very lo-fi quality. You know, it's like an 8-bit dream. It's not fully realized. It's not 3D or with the less CGI, but I'm practically living it. So it's kind of crazy. But I dream that, I don't know, I have more time to work. I have time to work on my own IP because that's something I want to do, but I don't have the time or the money to do it. I also dream that I publish my role-playing game and I get to play it because I haven't played in a while. It's all nerd shit, you know. It's making more comics, making maybe books if no one can draw my ideas.
And you said like you live a lo-fi version of your dream, but I always say to like Lisa, because she's looked for other jobs years ago, I always say like you don't know until you get that new thing if you don't like the job as much as you think, and it's like, oh, I missed that. Like, maybe if you were doing that, you wouldn't like it as much as you thought you would as a kid, and what you're doing now is actually not the lo-fi version.
No, I mean lo-fi because of
The scale,
quality of my exactly.
Yeah, I get that, but still, maybe the scale is exactly correct, you know?
And not exactly the scale because I'm just now beginning to step inside the
Okay, so let's define it in whole terms. Okay.
Okay, what are you pointing
This
at?
This is your dream right here.
There was a timer.
This is you.
Your whole.
This is you. You're right here.
I'm playing with the rim, basically.
You can just see the tip. See?
Yeah, I'm playing with the rim. I'm basically preparing the entrance to kill.
That's little young Iggy squirming,
40, dude.
Squirming around. Just the tip of your dream right there. That's it. But you have
to. Basically, I'm living the dream. I wouldn't be nowadays, knowing what I know. I'm happy I didn't go for animation because animation is like a team effort, and comics can be a solo effort. So, and I work well alone. I'm a team player, but I tend to become or try to be the leader. I don't know why. I like to boss people around, maybe. So.
Hey, so we'll segue to this. One of I guess it would be part of the dream that you worked out in, has been recently nominated for Best Graphic Novel.
Yeah.
And the Aurealis Awards are now up, and our own Iggy is up for him, and Darren Close are in for
and Matt Soul.
For Best Graphic Novel, Best Illustrated Works. If you guys go out here and vote for Ignacio, I mean,
no, there's no voting.
There's no voting.
No, it's not open to people's choice. Basically, it's their panel votes.
Oh, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
Is
yeah,
Reggie
but
on
I
the
didn't-
panel?
No, thankfully no.
No.
I wouldn't. Be,
He
I
had a
wouldn't
book put
consider-
out last year. You don't know.
Oh, but it's not in Australia. It's an Australian award.
Oh, okay. Well, if he moves there soon, can he?
I'm fucked.
Yeah. basically. So AR says he wants to become Garth Brooks' drummer, and you would know that that's his dream. If you were a fan of the Tom Segura, Christina P podcast, you would know Garth Brooks is their nightmare.
Yeah,
So-
it's their nemesis.
Their nemesis. Very, very good to tie it in. And also, if you check out AR put I think it was last night, Mark Spector
Yes.
phone calls.
This morning, I saw it this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, another hilarious phone call joke styling video by Mr. Really Relaxing. So go check that out as well. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know about the Aurelius Awards until Darren told us, "Hey guys, we made the short list." Apparently, it's even difficult to make the short list of the awards, and apparently they're a big thing in Australia, which is even crazier.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome.
I want to specify it's Aurealis Awards. Aurealis. 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 Not,
What did I say?
not the Areolas Award, because
Oh,
that's
sorry.
something else entirely. Okay, so let's be careful on that.
But can
Yeah,
they be
it's
nominated
a-
for both?
Yeah, of course, but from the other work I do, not
Yeah,
for work,
That's true.
comics, the Areolas Award.
That would be amazing, Louis.
That would be.
Let me know
Yeah,
when
we-
it's
we-
going on.
We need to start investing in teleportation. If I was really rich, filthy rich like Elon Musk, I would invest a lot of my money into teleportation. I would probably never see it work, but
Yeah.
wouldn't that be awesome?
It
Oh,
would be.
yeah.
Out there.
Save
We-
so much time, like getting around and driving somewhere. You're just there.
That's a good question. TM should have asked. Would you be open to teleport if you felt all yourself being rebuilt, broken down and rebuilt from one spot to another?
Do you
Yeah, if
mean
I
it's
save
painful?
time, yeah.
Is it painful?
Yes.
Well, but how long does it take to reform?
I would think very quickly.
It would be very quickly, but still, you would know.
Yeah, bring it.
You would know it's
Life is pain, bitch.
Yeah. The drive
it
from
up.
here to Argentina is painful. I'd rather just teleport.
Imagine this. I mean, imagine this. It's like 12 hours, and all the stress that it carries, booking the flight, going to the airport, getting your visa, the drive, because there is an international airport around. Well, all that rigmarole is gone. And then what do you have to pay? A little pain? I mean, like something like, a cramp all over your body, or maybe excruciating pain, but for a couple of seconds. I mean, you get used to it. You get used to pain.
Yeah, okay.
You know what? The tricky part is that in the theory of teleportation, at some point, well, they have one Ignacio here, and they made an exact copy of all my atoms, and they throw that information in empty atoms in the other side, while they destroy this version and reform the other one. So it's not the original one, it's a reformed version of a copy. It's a copy, basically. So it gets trickier. It's kind of like a clone.
Right, like the Prestige, that movie.
Yeah.
But I have to say this: that machine would blow up when they're trying to clone you because there's only one you, Iggy.
Thank you, Nick.
I was hoping you'd shave by the end, Nick, but
Nah.
Well,
maybe
this
next week.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Maybe this Tuesday. Because what are we going to do this Tuesday?
We're gonna do Whack Live with this same panel.
There you go. You can skip it if you want.
I don't know if Nick knew about it, but he is. He's gonna be there. And if he can't be, his teleportation cloned self will be.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to him, see what he's got going on, and then one of us.
He's banging your wife now.
No, because if I'm not, he's not. Anyway, in the next 7 days, what are you guys looking forward to? What do you guys got going on, Mr. Tyler?
Oh God.
We've got a video coming out, I think, every day for like the next 10 days at least. So tons of stuff. I have a review, a shout out video. We've got a couple other things. So go check out Whack Comics. I'm also reviewing comics. I've been reading a bunch lately. So
Anything you're really digging on?
Middle West and The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got to send that over to you.
No, I got it.
Okay. All right. How about you, Mr. Ignacio, other than the Areolas Award? The Areolas Award, sorry.
I don't know. My life, once I'm on the train of the projects, life doesn't change a lot. So I have the projects going on. We're starting to work on the campaign for Killeroo, the sequel of Killeroo, slowly. So it's probably going to be up in May or June. But working as much as I can, basically.
I always like to hear you say, well, I got stuff I can't talk about. So
yeah, and basically, lately, all my things have been working out that way. I'm finishing the thing I can talk about is I have one page to go. I'm doing the line art for the epilogue of Cthulhu Invades Wonderland with the Brian Hawking script, and it's turning out quite good, if I can say so myself. I pushed myself to not do a single normal panel border in the whole 8 pages of the comic because I'm a overthinker like that. And yeah, I realized when I got to page 7, it had regular panel borders, and I said, oh, it's not consistent. I haven't used a single regular panel border in 6 pages before this one. I cannot use a regular panel border now. It would lose structural integrity. So I had to finagle my way into not using panel borders. So I'm an asshole to myself. Like that. I'm my own nemesis.
Your own nemesis. So I want to congratulate you, and you've successfully used finagle and rigmarole quite well in the past 30 minutes. So congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you very much. What about you, Nick?
For me,
what about you?
Not much. I'm looking forward to finally getting all my comics in order and back in their proper place. It's been a weeks long process that's not fun, but kind of fun.
How much time do you lose looking at old books and saying, oh, I remember this, and you get it again?
I haven't reread a single back issue that I've had.
Okay.
I've gotten, there you go. Congratulations. Don't forget ubiquitous melancholy of the, how did it go?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sorry, that's a Cosby Show reference. Some of you may not get it.
We don't do that here.
Yeah.
We don't go on Cosby.
Should that be the next thing I watch?
That was a great show. It was a great show. Just don't watch it with a drink in your hand. That's all.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
of course,
You will wake up with an ass.
You're exactly right.
your hole will be like.
Oh my lord! Come on.
Tomorrow, Legion of Comics. I'll be on with Big Daddy Ty tomorrow. Banter Saturday night, and Tuesday, either me and my clone will be on Whack Comics.
What comics? I have a question for you, Nick. Do you still have mystery boxes, or they are sold out?
You know, I do have 2 left, but I think I'm going to close them out. I might close them out and start getting the new round ready.
Oh, great. Hey, Mary.
The mean queen, Miss So. All right. Want to thank the chat for, as always, coming out. I want to say it was my pleasure hosting the show for 9 episodes before Tyler takes over. I just realized it's
even took over my beard, man.
Yeah, I'm not. I pale in comparison to his shadow. So
you're welcome.
Well, he's fully white.
Full white. That's what they're titled. They get everything. Thank you, chat. Love you guys. Oh, and
bye, everyone. Thank you for coming.
I think we forgot one thing. Space racism.
Oh, here we go. We didn't talk about it.
We didn't talk about space racism, but it's still out there. So
yeah, beware.
Enjoy this one. And we'll see you guys next week when we hear the whistles. Bye.
Fuck, you guys already saw it? Let me see it. Oh shit! Oh, y'all see that?
So, Tyler, do you want to build a snowman to plow away all night? It doesn't have to be a snowman. It can be me.
I'll be clipping that too.